And welcome to this episode 1 of the Dre's Roots podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are.
Thank you so much for having me.
We have today under Kanga. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Kanga.
Kanga.
Can I cheat?
No, you
Kanga.
got it right.
So yeah, welcome. Here we are. Can you believe it? We are live. We've got Molly as well, who's an uninvited guest. Molly, if you wouldn't mind just not disturbing, but okay, you're here. It's fine. We'll just deal with you. Unexpected little
Yes.
developments. But anyways, Anda, thank you for joining today. Thank you for your bravery. It's a big challenge for someone that's, you know, for most of us, I mean, we haven't done this kind of thing before. So it's quite, it can be quite challenging to think about and think, oh, geez, this is going to go out there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just a conversation. It's not like we reinvent it. It's not like we've got a cat that's just dancing in front of the camera. It's nothing like that. I mean, we're just going to let it be.
He's
Molly, don't you want to
scratching
just get out of here? Please, can't you? Molly can chill by you. She likes you. So anyways, that is our start.
Yep.
Interesting. Tell us a little bit about where you are. Where are we? We're here in Cape Town now, but what do you do? What is your URA? Millwright, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
What does that mean?
Millwright, newly qualified. I qualified this year in February.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It wasn't the easy one, but yeah, we did it. Yep, I am a millwright, yes, and I am currently getting my training and like more exposure into the field and all of that. Because it's one of those, you have to get experience to be hired, you know, the drill.
Of course.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's millwright is, for those who don't know, that's a technical trade. You're an electrician and a millwright rolled into one. Yeah.
And mechanical. at the same
So you worked in a factory, is that correct?
Yep, I worked in this factory, like in the industry, where we're using machinery that people who don't work there won't normally know. Yeah, we work with overhead conveyors, gyros, these other machines like breaders, super dusters. They're very fascinating for someone that's never.
So that's in the, what industry is that?
It's a
Can you
food
tell?
industry.
Food industry. So
Yeah.
you're working with like a frying pan and stuff. Is that
gosh, no.
bread rollers and what exactly?
Retail.
Tell us, what does it look like
it
inside
is-
there? What do you see?
It
What's
is
going
great
on there?
stuff, actually, if you ask me. Because I'll make an example. At a company where I've worked, we were making products for Woolworths,
Oh yeah.
McDonald's, and these other big companies.
Okay.
Can't mention all of them, but okay. So we work with these machines. Like I'm trying to give you like.
Describe it. If you had to walk up to it and see it, what does it look like? Is it
You'd
a
walk-
breadboard? Is it a what have we got?
We're talking a machine as big as, oh my gosh, these people can't see this table.
Okay, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
show them the table.
Yeah,
Big as the table, yeah.
It's let's say we start with let's say now we're talking McDonald's, for an example.
I'm loving it.
Hey, there's a former. Let's say we're just talking. We were making nuggets, for example. There's a former. A former is a mechanical machine, very mechanical, and also electrical, and a bit of pneumatics, hydraulics there. So it works. It's got can't say molds, but okay, we can say it's got those things that mold these nuggets into the specific shape
The
that
shape
they
that
are.
you find them in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they roll out. Then they roll out onto the conveyor. Then the conveyor transports them to the next machine. The next machine will be a batter applicator or something like that, where they get covered in batter, and then out from there they go to the, let's say, the breader or whatever coating that is next. And then they keep going until they get to the fryer. They travel quite a distance
Okay.
to get to the fryer, and then they get into the fryer. Let's say they dwell in the fryer for like 30 seconds. Just an example, because
Okay.
that's how long the fryer is as well.
Oh, so it's a big long thing, not like a little
Yeah,
frying pan that
no,
they
it's
throw it
sort
in
of-
and take it out.
Yeah.
So it goes through like this long.
And the fryer is very hot because tell me, like, the temperature is about 200 degrees, 205, something
Okay.
like that. We're not
Very hot
doing
oil,
the-
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they still go out there, and out of that, on a conveyor, going down to the refrigerator, which is the gyro. People will know the gyro. But the gyro is like a refrigerator, but it's an advanced one, because now the gyro has like a stacked belt that's running by itself, taking this product out to the other department. You know.
So it's quite involved, quite intensive.
It is,
Machinery. And tell me, so you work in a workshop, obviously you have workshop equipment and benches and tools and all this kind of stuff. Is that so? I'd imagine there's not a whole lot of girls like doing what you're doing there.
Yeah, where
Must be
I
quite
am.
different.
Yeah, where I was, I'll say there wasn't a lot of girls. I was the only girl.
Wow.
Yay! And also, yeah, in other industries you'll find a lot of women somewhere, like in one place. But yeah, where I was the only girl. It was quite an experience.
Tell us more about that. How did they? I would imagine there's, I mean, a bunch of men working together, farting and swearing and doing their thing. They must have. Were they open to receiving you there? Was there some clashes? How did that go for you?
They were, I think it also comes with how you take it as a person. Yeah, some were very open. Some are just, they're here for work. So you can't really personalize that and say, oh, yeah, that one was against me. No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
So you go into work and you're like, oh, okay, this is work. Some people are here to work and do just that, and that is it. It was a great experience, though. You get to experience all these different characters, all these people from different backgrounds, the experiences they've had, they get to be shared with you. So you experience people from different angles, like their perspectives, what they have learned, what they've been through, what you are going through, because you are also going through something while you are busy here. So sometimes you learn that you are having difficulties with something, and then you just randomly talk about it, like to another colleague, and you say, hey, listen, this is what is happening, or this is what happened, and I was like, this is a challenge for me. And then the other one tells you, no, I had something like that happen to me, and this is how I dealt with it. And you're like, oh, so this is not something new, right? Yeah, so it's a great experience.
And how was your, in terms of learning the skills of that trade, working with tools and power tools and machinery, was that did you find it a difficult path to walk, the actual learning, or did it difficult in the beginning and then got easier? How did you experience that?
Working with power tools was ease. Still like it. Yeah, it's very fascinating for me. Great. I like it, and working with tools as well is also very nice for me. Like, it gives you a different experience, man, from whatever it is that other people are not experiencing the same thing that you are experiencing. So it's like when you talk about these things with the other ladies, like, to them it's, what is that,
For sure, yeah. I can imagine they must feel like, wow, you work with tools. I mean, you
get it. Even men, let's say operators, now you're inside the plant and you're working, let's say you're working on a machine. Some will just walk up to you and be like, so at home you do everything by yourself. You get
you're fixing the geyser and whatever. Fixing the roof.
That's their perspective, because that's what they think. They're like, oh, okay, so she can do that. That means at home she doesn't need anyone. She does everything by herself. But meanwhile, you're thinking, at home I want to be a girl. I want to relax. Hello?
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. It gives you all these experiences, like beautiful ones and worst ones, but you take it as it comes.
It's funny how people do that, because I've also experienced, you do something for a living and you might even enjoy what you do, but that doesn't mean that you want to do it 24/7 when you're at home as well. Like it's nice to have separation
You
of
want a
those
break,
things. I mean,
like,
I might be great at fixing spare wheels, but it doesn't mean at home I'm looking for every spare wheel I can go and repair, right?
Come on.
But I think people do understand that, but it's just we don't always realize it at the time. You know, it's like a quick thing to just, I don't know. It's like
Put
we
it
all
out
know it.
there.
Like how many of these people who approach you like that enjoy doing what they do professionally at home as well?
I don't
Well,
think
like almost none of them. So, but we go around asking these questions, just the
yeah,
people.
we just think it like that.
But anyways, so that's kind of that. You're working in trade, you're working on your machinery, and what do you think of, like, for what's it like for you to live in South Africa? I mean, it's one of the most dangerous countries in the world, right? And you are staying in Ikasi.
Yes.
Okay, we know what that means, but if you can explain to
Yeah.
people what is Ikasi? What is life like there? Are you
Gazi is literally the. Okay, what do we have? We have.
the roof?
The
Clouds?
roof.
I'm just kidding. Take your time.
We have the suburbs, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And then we have the middle class. And then we
Mhm.
have Gazi is like a little bit lower than the middle class, but it's labeled so like that it is the most dangerous place. Okay,
Yeah.
it is sometimes, not all the time, but let's say I'll talk about where I live. Where I live, it's safe. It's safer than most places in Cape Town.
Okay.
I vouch for my place a lot. Like you rarely hear that a person has been robbed daylight. You rarely hear that a person has been killed
Attacked
or attacked. Like,
I mean,
They-
you've been living there for a while, right?
yeah, I've been living there for a little bit over 10 years.
So you can vouch for it. Yeah. So it's just interesting having that conversation because, so you would live statistically in one of the more dangerous places in this, one of the most dangerous countries in the world. But yet, like, you don't go around seeing violence every day there in your street.
No,
I mean,
do not.
like, I can come there to you, right? I'm not going to just, like, get attacked or something for just showing
Not at
up.
all.
And then, so for people that are, let's say you're a tourist and you come and you're, like, in a more upper class area or something, like, what do you think the odds are that you're going to face violence here in this country? Like, it's like next to none, I would say.
No,
Like,
no,
it's so
no.
unlikely. Like, you'd have to really be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Obviously, if you're not, these things do happen.
They
not denying
do,
it.
but it's not the case. Like it's not like you get here just because you're here and you're a tourist will literally be like, oh, let's attack this one. No, it doesn't happen like that. It is really the case where you say you would just have to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Because now, let's say where I live, there is a place close by, very close to my house. I'll say it's a groove where people have fun, they drink, they park their cars. People from all over Cape Town, to be exact. So they just come there, they park their cars in the street, like, and then they drink.
Party it up.
Yeah.
Is that, what do you call that? Groove.
Groove.
What is that? Because groove in English is like a beat or something. It's like music, right? So
Well,
groove is what is that? That's like a term you use.
To us, it's a term we use when we say we're going out, like we're going to, like, let's say clubbing or something like. We say we are going to groove. Yeah.
It's fitting.
So-
Okay, you get that groove going. Yeah.
Yeah. So they come there and they do this thing. They park their cars and they start drinking. The others are buying there. They're selling meat. They're eating it. Like, and it's not just one race. It's different races. Other people. There's us, like, people. Then there's colors. Everyone is there. And also, if you go to, there's also a place in Kailicha. It's called Rans. Yeah, it's called Rans. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, I've heard
Rans,
of
you'll
this
find
Rans.
all people like
Mixing together, socializing.
Yes, white people, black people, tourists, others from like these other countries, like the neighboring countries here in Africa. You'll find all of those.
Mixing it up.
They are all having it, like all having fun, having a time of their lives, and you barely notice that, like, you barely even get time to go and say hi, like, hey, hi, how are you doing? Where are you from? Because it's a setting and it's a busy one and it's great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, so you can't really say that one is endangered just by being here. Nah, it's not the case.
Okay.
So where I live, it is quite safe. I haven't been robbed once since I started living there. There hasn't been a case where, let's say, I got attacked or someone that lives there by me, like, got attacked where we live. And during the day, it's mostly quiet in my street, like very quiet. And then it's only a bit noisy when the kids come back from school and all of that. I haven't experienced this side of SA that is very.
It's interesting because neither have I, and neither have most of the people that I know. I do know people who have suffered in violent crime. It does happen again. I'm not
Yes, it
downplaying
does.
it. But it just seems like what the statistics suggest and then what you face day to day, it seems like there's maybe hotspots and there's things that kind of sway the statistics to make it seem like it's more generally dangerous than it is. So you'll find, like, if you go to the corner of such and such drive downtown, like, you don't want to be there, right? Like that, you don't want to. Let's say your car breaks down there in the middle of the night, like, you don't want to be there, right? Because that is
I've heard of
dangerous.
such
There's
places
certain
also,
places I
yes.
think that are real hotspots, but I think outside of that, I just don't get it. Like, because they rank this as like, what, like, how safe are these other countries if this is one of the most dangerous
the
ones?
other
You must
thing.
find that nothing ever happens there.
This is the other thing. The other thing is, here in SA, we air our laundry like as it is. Other countries, you hear that they are very selective of what they put out there about themselves. So we tend to put everything out there. It's like we don't filter these things. So other countries, you hear I could make an example, like, and say that other country is doing very well. Like, that's what we think, because the reality is exactly.
Everyone's got their stuff.
It's not the same, you know. But
I get you,
the picture that they paint for us is, it's great here. So once you are there, then you or when you read the stories or you hear the stories, like, you follow up on the things that happen in this other country, you're like, it's not rosy, right? So
No.
it's what we put out there.
Yes,
really.
absolutely. What do you think, again, on the other side of, like, what you've just described at Rands and stuff like this? We hear a lot in the world today, not just here, but in general, there's a lot of, like, mutterings about, like, racial tensions and stuff like this. What do you think about that? Is that something that you find in your day-to-day life? Do you think that is a...
Well, you can't really run away from that. It is there, but it's not as big of an issue. It is only in some instances kind of like wrong place, wrong time, where you meet those people that feel, oh, okay, we should be here and the other one there. But it also depends on really how you handle it.
It comes down to people, though. Like, some people have those kind of views and then others don't. So I suppose it's like, you can't really stereotype too much, because then you're just crossing the same line, right? Like all people that look a certain way can't all be a certain way, because then you're just doing the same kind of thing
over and over again.
But then that sort of leads me to my next point is, like, I've found it interesting in this country to experience different cultures. We have a lot of different cultures, right?
That
and we
one
have a
is
lot of
the most awesome. I think that's what makes our country nice like this. Like, I wouldn't be, like, in another life, given a chance, I'd be South African again. Because wow, hello, like just being here, for example, like, it's like we have all these languages. I know other countries have other languages too, but I don't think any of them comes close to us, like to SA. We'll be speaking like as Africans, né? So we can speak like 3 languages in the same, like within the same setting, but I'm talking to one person and we speak the same language. I'll be like speaking English Xhosa. Xhosa is my home language, and I'll put a little bit of Sotho there and a bit of Zulu there. So that for me is very interesting. It's interesting how we speak, how we blend everything together, and the fun, obviously, the fun part. Okay, it's how we also have fun in SA. So nothing is ever too serious.
Yeah, it's important that
Nothing is ever
take
too
life
serious.
too seriously, take yourself too seriously. That's also where you get caught up in these, like, you start hating people and you start getting angry and bitter. And, they say bitterness is like being what they say it's like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die.
You see?
Doesn't work.
See? So we are very serious about everything. Yeah, we have laws and all of that, but it's not in our faces like that.
Yeah, we're not as controlled as some other societies as well, which I enjoy. I enjoy the freedom of being.
I do
Like
too.
I don't think I could live in a place where the lines are too tightly drawn. Like you need to have a little bit of freedom. I mean, we're not robots and machines and stuff. We have our messy human.
We are literally
things.
the life of a party.
That's
SA is that. Like when it comes to having fun and all of that. Obviously, I look at it from the perspective of the social media as well. Like if you go into the socials and then you look like TikTok, you'll find everyone is like South Africa.
Yeah, we're having a great time here. We live well.
Yes.
That's why I like to talk about these things, like the negative things that are reported about this country, because it kind of gives it a false label. Like if you only looked at that, you would think this is like some hellhole. But the people who live here tend to be happy and well adjusted. Like it's not like we're sitting here crying our eyes out. We're actually having a pretty good time.
We are. It's actually the people that are outside that are like hating, throwing the stones, but we're like, that's because my perspective is that's because you're outside. If you were in here, you wouldn't do that because obviously you would have a different experience. It's also that same thing that I spoke about, and I said that we don't have a filter. We put our laundry out there. The other, as compared to our neighbors, they choose, oh no,
Yeah, hide that one, yeah.
You get? So with us, we're like, oh, okay, this is our laundry, this is what we have. Here goes. Then the others are like, no, put that away. You're going to scare them. We want them this side. You see? But other than that, we are totally like, I think we're a good country, like compared to the others. We do have our negatives, obviously, but the good is up there.
Outweighs the negatives.
It does outweigh the negative, but as you know, the negative will always
kind of shines more brightly. Yeah, the eye's attracted to the negative more.
Very much.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the greatest place to be in the world, and I really believe that. That's a big part of why I'm doing this, because I mean, it deserves more than to just be hidden away under the mess. It deserves to kind of be highlighted a little bit and say, like, this is fantastic here.
Yeah,
I mean, the cultural things, to go back to that, it's just like, we're able to relate to each other as strangers here, like, and just walk into the shop or something and have a joke or something with the person behind the counter, and we relate to each other. We can be all different backgrounds and all that, but unless someone's having a bad day, or besides all that, but in general,
we're very warm and welcoming.
Yeah, we relate to each other well across these different cultural lines and that. But again, just as a question again on the cultural thing, is there's a lot changing in the world today, where they say the world is a global village, and then it's like cultures are more growing into a monoculture, where there's like one, like Western culture is an idea of like, where especially when we engage in a common media, let's say we all watch the same shows, for example, and then the culture kind of merges, right, where that's like what is defining our culture. To me, where that happens, if that were to happen excessively, like, and we actually lose our distinctive cultures and our roots, let's say, I think that's like kind of a sad thing. Like, it's nice to like you need different cultures to share in them and enjoy them. Like
So
you
also-
wouldn't have anything to compare it to otherwise.
Yeah, also the differences is what makes everything interesting, because now if we were all the same, nothing would be interesting.
Exactly. Yeah, you
get?
wouldn't
So
even.
now I get to learn about you, you get to learn about me, and I get to learn about what the others do. You get that different cultures. It's like I call this, you call this the cup, I call it ikomiki. You get?
Tumblr.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be as interesting if we all just called this a cup.
Yeah.
It's like the
Exactly.
cup.
Even small
So-
things like that. Different accents. You get to hear people with different accents. I mean, I think that stuff's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. We don't have to.
And we also laugh at each other for those
Yes.
accents. Like,
It's good to do that in a good spirit, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's. You know, I remember being like a little kid and like making fun of the one kid because he had a different accent. Maybe he was like a foreigner or something. And I think back and I think, damn, like I was wrong for like being a part of this crew that was bullying this kid for
Yeah.
that. But now I'm the same person in one way, but yet I appreciate those things. I really enjoy it, and I would be sad if you took away all these things and said, right, you all speak the same, you all have the same accent. Now that would be boring. Like, so we need to like snap. We need to encourage each other in those things and not like use it as something to bash each other about. And I think we don't as adults that much if we're well adjusted and grown up. But I think with kids and that, I think it's cool to try and encourage your kids to appreciate difference and stuff like that.
And to be open to those things. Yes. Openness is good, because now you get to learn a lot about other people. You get to learn a lot from other people. You get to experience them different, like the differences and all of that. It is interesting. For me, I think I do have that advantage of being involved in spaces where there's different people from different backgrounds, cultures, and all of that. Like going to school, high school. High school was like that. So we had students from Congo, Kenya. We had, from time to time during the year, we would have exchange students like from Denmark, France, and Germany, you know? So it was very interesting. So when those kids come, we were like,
yeah, it's exciting.
You
Yeah,
get
it's
it.
nice.
So we want to learn. How do you
It's
say
like
I love
spice.
you? you get, that's
I
where
get
I
you,
learned
yeah.
Ich liebe dich. I was like, oh. That's German. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, Gosiam, what is this? But I still took down, like I still wrote it down, like write it down. Then I know how to,
Because it's
you know?
interesting.
And then there was like the Kenyan ladies. Yeah. Yeah. Very awesome. So the Kenyan ladies, I also discovered that Kenyan like Swahili is the language that they speak. So it's very close to Xhosa. So some words when they speak, I can catch that. Oh, so now you're talking about that, because now we say amanzi, water. They say mvura, and I'm like,
That's different, yeah.
You get, so now mvula for us is rain. So they say mvura, so I'm like, mvura, is that rain? They're like, no, it's water, and I'm like, oh,
Okay, well, there's
You
some
get
similarity. Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And then there were these Congolese ladies speaking French, speaking Lingala, speaking these other languages. People from Congo speak a lot of languages, and I was like, I'm interested in learning that one, but they were like speaking very fast. I was like, we're good.
I'm cool.
Yeah, other
Put
than
it on
that-
slow-mo for me.
Exactly, but it's good. Like when you're open to all these things, you get to learn all these things about these different people from these different
absolutely.
countries, and you experience all of these. And when you grow up, it gives you a sense of knowing what other people like do, like other people have been through, and all of that. Because we also, as kids don't have filter. You do
No.
ask, why are you here? You get
Yeah,
the others,
yeah.
The others will tell you, well, we grew up here, our parents brought us here, and you're like, oh, okay. And then you ask the other one, they're like, we just relocated, and you're like, oh, okay.
I
So-
get you.
Yeah, some of them, when we were there, I think there was a guy, some of them were like very new to even like English, like they couldn't speak English well, but those guys were like very brilliant in maths and physics and life sciences. They're very hardworking. Like you'd learn a lot from them. They couldn't like explain all these things to you, but you could tell by working very hard.
You know
here.
something, yeah. You've been in the books.
And
I
we
get
respected
you.
them for those things. Like that's the difference. Like now you get to respect them. Like but they're brilliant. Oh, he might not speak well, but yeah, the books, they tell you everything.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about your. What are some of the challenges that you foresee? Let's say in your own future, as now a young artisan that's kind of qualified recently. Now you're going to go out into the world. Some of your other challenges, maybe family, whatever you have, and then also some of the maybe the hopes that you have. If things went really well for you, what would that look like in 20 years' time? If everything went your way.
20 years time is a very long time.
Put it out there. Guess.
Okay.
Throw the net wide. Put whatever you want to me.
Okay, I'll say what I'd like to do, something I've been putting back every time I should do that, is study further. Right? Because obviously when I started in this industry, I started as a fitter. So I was very much interested in fitting, and I still like fitting a lot. But I got into electrical and I started working for the company where I qualified. So electrical is fine. It's challenging. It really needs you to challenge yourself and read a lot.
Yeah, it's very
It requires a lot of reading.
a lot
You
of
want
understanding,
to grow yourself.
of concepts and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, theory type stuff. It does.
It does. So you need to be very open to learning more, doing more all the time. So yeah, with that being said, I feel like when it comes to electrical, I really, really need to go back and study.
Go back and chop his head off. What?
Go back and study more, you know.
Yeah.
Fitting is I can't say easy.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different. It's a matter of
It's more experience driven.
touch, see,
Get used
feel,
to.
listen. It's not as, I can't say bad is not the right word.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not. It's
Not
like,
as bookish. you know?
yeah, it's not like electrical. Electrical, you have to like put your mind here, like to actually solve the problem. And mechanical, yes, your mind must be here, but it's not always stuff that you can't grip. Like you couldn't think of this one ever.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a wire that came out somewhere, you know, that's electrical.
Yeah, it's more. I suppose fitting it's like a more visual aspect of trade. Like fortunately you can see it. You can't see electricity, so you can typically see the mechanical parts. Although obviously it does get complicated and intricate as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a difference.
So I think I should go back more. Should go back and study more, and then for me to be able to make it more into the industry. Obviously, I really do see some great companies there. I think I could work there. Like,
Would you move out of the food industry? Would you stay in the food industry?
I would.
You'd move out?
Yes.
What industry do you like?
That's a hard one. Anything that doesn't have to do with refrigeration. It's very cold where refrigerators are.
Alrighty.
So I think I'd go literally anyway.
Okay.
Oh my God, not anyway. Because I'm thinking diesel mechanic. I wouldn't go there.
Yeah. Would you go into like mining or something like that?
I'd go to mining.
Yeah.
Like just for experience, just so I can say that I went there, I was there.
Yeah. So
I
it is
did
one of those
that.
good experiences.
Yeah.
And petrochemicals.
I'd
those
definitely
guys?
go there. I'd definitely go there. I'm not limited. I'm not limiting myself to anything that I would
You're open
do
to
and,
opportunity,
and
yeah.
wouldn't do and stuff
That's
like
good.
that. So it is that, and in the next 20 years, I should be retired.
That's it. That's the spirit.
So whatever I'm doing right now, going forth, it really means that I must make money.
That's the thing. Money talks, huh?
So that when I get to that age, You must be able to sit down and say, hey.
Step out large.
At least if it's not a matter of I'm retiring, it must be my choice.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
really
Yeah,
must
you
be
want
my
that
choice.
freedom, of course.
Oh yeah.
That's
Listen,
important.
I'm working because I'm bored at home.
Mm.
I'm working because I can't sit around and do nothing. I don't want to go to work because I have to at that age.
Yeah,
My God.
yeah. No, it's
Like-
tough when people, especially in trade and that, when people work hard. I mean, you see the old guys that we work with, and you start to get old, and you've still got to perform at that level with heavy
Yeah.
stuff, fast-paced stuff. You want to have the choice. I mean, it's one thing you can do it if that's what you want to do, but to not have the choice, it gets tougher.
Yeah,
It starts to wear people down. That enthusiasm and stuff starts to
Stress.
just that sucks.
Mm.
But hopefully not for you, not for me and you.
Definitely not for us.
And then what's just closing here, what is your message to young up-and-comers, the young kids of today, young girls maybe who want to get into industry, even youngsters in general? What would you say to them?
I tell them that they can do it. You can do it. Like,
Should they?
they should do it. Like, if you feel that this is what you want, like, go for it. Like, don't let anyone tell you, no, do it yourself. Then when you get there and you feel like, nah, this is not what I want, at least you know that you tried. It's better to say that I did that and than say, what if now you don't know whether it would have worked out for you or it wouldn't have worked out for you. So it's better to just experience things and you're not losing anything.
No, so it's better to try and fail than to not have tried at all.
Exactly. You got it.
On that note, thank you very much for attending this, the first episode of a new thing.
Thank you.
I just want to
for
also
having me.
apologize to the thousands and millions of viewers out there. There's going to be a lot of flaws. There's going to be things that can be improved on. There's going to be random animals cruising around in the shot.
course.
And we will try to obviously improve this as we go along. This is literally, you got to start somewhere, hey?
Yeah, all the best for the future to you too. I'm looking forward to more
Yeah, you'll be on
episodes.
again.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
yeah,
you.
about your newfound riches and your new adventures.
Yay.
Alrighty, that's a wrap.
Thank you. Bye.